What is up? Welcome to the week 5 of the Wiff Talk Postgame show. This was a Saturday week, so it's a bit of a mix-up from what we've been doing, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of good games to talk about, so let's jump right into it. First game, Dinos Monarchs. This was literally a legendary game. Brady with his second perfect game of his career, the 4th ever in league history. He had an inside-the-park walk-off in the bottom of the second inning, which is a bit odd. It was a 2-inning forfeit from the Monarchs, which is something we haven't seen, so while it is the 4th perfect game, it will always have an asterisk because it was only 6 outs. I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of 2-inning perfect games, but this was a complete game, perfect game for Brady, just adding to his kind of sneaky MVP conversation for the year. Game 2, Sandlot Dinos is 8-3 for the Dinos. Jace had 2 dingers in the loss, though. Carson had his first home run of the year, just another Dinos domination. And another 2-0 week for them to keep themselves firmly on top of the standings. Game 3, Cows Sandlot, it was Jace versus Foster. The Cows won 5-3. Foster had 2 dingers, and Christian had a dinger in his first week of the year for the Sandlot, so that was big. Then Jack Green had a diving catch to win the game. That's a big win for the Cows, something they really needed to see. They need another win. In that win column, if they didn't, they were really going to start falling behind if they started this week 0-1. In the last game, Cows Monarch, it was Cooper versus Jack Green. An 8-1 win for the Cows. Cooper's revenge game. A lot of trash talk going into this. Cooper got traded, I think during week 2, after week 1, something like that is his revenge game. Cows really got a team win. Brock got a lot of RBIs. Something I want to add, I forgot to talk about it week 4. There was kind of a trend every week where the players of the week had to drop off the week after. Week 4, Carson broke that streak, having a really good week 4. Jace did not live up to expectations, but then week 5, Brady was someone who won Play of the Week 4 and had arguably a better week 5. Carson had a good week 4. I don't know if it was better week 3. Brady probably had a better week 5 just because of the perfect game in and of itself. So we'll see if this week's Player of the Week can match that. Power rankings are, I'm pretty sure, the same from last week. We got Dinos at 1, and this is even more firm than I talked about it being last week. They're 8-2. They're on pace to have the most wins in league history. Now that we've got a 15th game, no one has ever won 13 games in a season. We'll see if they can win out for the rest of the season. Not that that'd be easy, but it is something that's possible. I've got the Sandlot at 2, but this is a closer 2 than it was last week. Jace, he's kind of coming down to reality. He's still a very, very good second player, but he's not a top 2 and MVP candidate type player anymore, which is not something that they should expect from them or need from him to be a crazy good team. I think Conlon honestly has been slightly below expectations in that he's not the guy for MVP anymore, but they still are the second best team, but they kind of need to start turning it around. They've cooled off this last couple of weeks and need a big week 6 coming out of this one. It got Cows at 3. Foster is looking really, really good, and that's really what it comes down to. And then Monarchs at 4. If you're forfeiting a game after being only down 5 runs, that's not good looking for you. Obviously, got a lot of trust in Jack Fields. He's got a big, great career, but this year they've got to turn something around and turn around fast. Only got 2.5 weeks left, and so they got to do something crazy here. The MVP talks, I really think it might be Brady at this point, but it really could go to anyone. It's kind of hard to say it would be Brady in that he had a rough 2 first weeks, started 0-2, but he has had a phenomenal week 3, 4, and 5. And so if he can continue this up, it's his award to lose at this point. If he can stay hot through these final games, it's his, but it really could go to anyone. There's 5, 6 names in that hat that if they finish out the year good, some other people drop off could win it. But I think Brady is probably the MVP at this point. And then the Silver Slugger race, I feel like everyone's got 2 home runs except for 3 people. Brady is in 3rd with 3 home runs, and then Jason Foster shared the title through 5 weeks with 4 home runs. So yeah, that's kind of all the awards. So now we're going to bring on the Player of the Week, Foster Huggins.
Yeah.
Yeah, woo!
Wash. What's up?
What's up? So,
Nice sweatshirt.
thank you. As you can hear from behind the camera, you've had a lot of accusations of being washed, both this season and the last couple. What are your thoughts on that, especially now that you're your first Player of the Week, the first year we're really doing this? What are your thoughts about being called washed and your mindset with that?
Hey, I'll be washed if I could take 7 rings with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
World Series every year, but I will admit I have cooled down a little bit. But, you know, call me washed, call me whatever you want. I'll be out here doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'll embrace it.
So your team's been pretty up and down this season. Had some good weeks, had some bad weeks. What's your plan to build some more consistency going forward?
I think we started rough, and Jack Green, my go-to guy this year, has said it multiple times. He thinks we've just been unlucky, and I'm like, I could see that being realistic. I mean, almost all of our losses have been by 1 run, and I'm like, dang, we were right there. We just messed it up. So I think now we're really starting to buy in, and I think that with the league, something that's set with me is I may have 7 rings, but I don't think I was the best player in the league every year. I think I simply wanted it more than anybody else. And I think my team up to this point has not wanted it that bad. Me and Brock make the videos, we're there taking pictures. Our priorities weren't all the way, let's get the Cows to win a game. But now as the season gets longer and as we realize, wow, we're 1 game back from second, I don't know. I mean, something clicked on Saturday. And then I think hopefully tomorrow for week 6 we could continue it forward. But if not, I really don't want to see us in a wild card game. Yeah. So hopefully we can just really buy in and get these wins. And we'll be having Austin Robb back. We haven't had him the last 2 weeks. Big. So yeah, getting Austin back will be big. He's 0-2 on the year, but
it's Austin Robb.
We know how good he is.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of talked about it. Player of the week has kind of been an unlucky streak until these last couple in terms of having a good week after that. How do you plan on staying hot and continuing to kind of pull out wins for your team and stuff like that?
Just gotta buy in. Gotta really focus when I'm up to bat. I think that's the biggest thing. And then I don't know. My MVP. I'm up there for MVP right now. Honestly, I think Brady Simpson deserves it. I would give it. I'm voting Brady regardless because of what he did for us last year. But knowing that I could potentially win MVP, I really would like to just keep the pedal down. But yeah, speaking of what Brady did for us last year, shout out Brady Simpson. We never really had an interview since the Cows World Series, but that whole team, looking at the Dinos play right now, it's kind of hard to say this, but I'm almost a fan of them because you got Mason, my playoff Mason, my guy, been going off. Then Brady Simpson, dude I traded for, helped us out. It's almost like they just took me and Jack Green off and added Carson and Kai. Yeah. So, I don't know. I love seeing them do good. So, shout out to Brady and Mason over there on the Dinos.
And kind of my final question, stepping outside of Foster the player and Foster the manager, I want to ask a question about Foster the commissioner.
Oh, yeah.
With this league, it's been going on for so many years. What are your thoughts on where the league has gotten to this year and kind of just the way it's changed and grown over the years?
Besides the week 4 game being deleted, I think this year has been maybe my favorite. I mean, opening day was rough just because the weather was bad and it wasn't even at the real field. Normally we have 70 people there. There was 30 of us maybe, if that. But other than that, I mean, just being out at the field, it's like we're getting better every year. And that's what it's all about. I told Zayden this. It's funny, was talking to Zayden about this, but we were no matter what everybody does, you go to Wichita State, I'm president of a fraternity, everybody's doing their own thing. But when it's wiffle ball day, we're all coming back together, and I think that's the beauty of it. Whether we have 30 fans there or not even one,
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're just going to keep it rolling, hopefully not miss any more videos.
Yeah, so that's the end of the Week 5 Wiff Talk postgame show. We'll see you guys next week.
Fire.